Today, recruiters are using video interviews at an increasing rate to conduct first-round interviews. There are essentially 3 different formats that video interviews will take. First, video interviews may take the form of a live Skype, FaceTime, or Google Hangouts call. The second format that video interviews may take are those that are pre-recorded and then submitted. With these, you can record your answer as many times as you like prior to submitting. The third format is the most popular and perhaps the most challenging. This format requires you to log onto a third-party website and answer questions in real time. You'll be prompted with several questions, have typically 30 seconds to think about your answer, and then 1 or 2 chances to answer the question in 2 to 3 minutes. This last format is the most challenging, but all of the following suggestions work for any video format.
Carefully consider the location you use for your video interview. Find a quiet space with a background that is neat, orderly, and not distracting. Being in front of a bookcase, plain wall, or other non-distracting items is ideal. Try to avoid sitting in front of moving items like activity outside a window or a fish tank. You'll want to make sure that the space is well lit. Generally, you'll want light pointing softly towards your face and to avoid bright backlighting. Also, you'll want to avoid any pop culture or alcohol references or interior decorations. If the recruiter is thinking of your background and not your answers, you're doing yourself a disservice. The camera angle is important, and you will want to treat the camera on your device as if it was the eyes of your interviewer. No selfie-style angles. So it is ideal to have your device lifted up to eye level and far enough back that you're visible from the bottom of your ribcage on up. Have all the necessary materials and technology situated before you begin. Ensure that your device is fully charged, that you have a solid internet connection, and have all necessary software installed. Preparing a small cheat sheet can also be beneficial, but you will want to make sure that you are not distracted by it. It is very easy to tell when candidates read prepared answers, and this is a negative mark in the eyes of a recruiter. While it is a video interview, it is still a good idea to dress fully professional. You never know when you may have to get up and adjust something in your room. These small changes can be made a lot easier and less awkwardly if you are fully dressed. Treat it like a real interview. Even if it's not a live interview, facial recognition may be utilized to understand your emotions. Don't overdo it, but pretend that there's a person really watching and interact with the camera the same way you would with that person.
It is a good idea to be aware of the time of your answers. In a pre-recorded type video interview, you may have limited time. You will want to ensure that you are best utilizing the time you have. One way to prepare for this is to practice and familiarize yourself with what talking for 2 to 3 minutes feels like. Practicing and preparing can go a long way to helping you out. Be sure to provide a good wrap-up at the end of each question and to summarize your answer and stop filming once your answer is done.
Employers have noted that eye contact with the actual camera is not necessary all of the time. You'll look directly into the camera, not the screen, to best simulate direct eye contact, but it can also be helpful to pay close attention to what the interviewer is saying and social cues given. Be careful not to get sucked into watching yourself answer questions. The small movements on camera are easy to catch, and it is readily apparent when students are reading notes. Also, to help the whole video seem more natural, you will not want to memorize your answers. Treat it like you would a real interview. Memorizing comes across as robotic and eliminates the personality that is otherwise present in your answers. As with anything else, practice is the best way to improve. One thing you can do is to record yourself completing practice answers and to review the videos. How does it look? Have a friend check and give you feedback. The idea is to continue to improve throughout your interviews.
So the key points are: 1. Consider your video setup. 2. Prepare like it is a real interview, because it is. 3. Look professional from head to toe. And 4th and finally, show your personality, not your ability to memorize.